The second retest.
Um, where the fuck is it at? Can you see my chart?
Yeah.
The outlier I seen was right here at 6116, 1,000 watts, but it was pretty hidden. I had to zoom out pretty far to see it. And then that was at what time? 6:50. And then seven, around seven, this pullback, this like doji candle pulled back into. It looks like it's 6116, right above 6115. But that shit happened so fast, and then it took off back.
What? 6129.
I have 17.
I don't have that. It's a 3 hour. I have a 4 hour at 6132.
Yeah, I had the 4 hour.
I had the 4 hour originally, but then when I was looking at the way the base candle was, I was like, the 3 hour base candle looks decent, so I just kept it.
I also didn't have that 4 hour, 45 minute pre-market demand.
The reason why I kept it, I think, is because when I extended it, it aligned with something.
I got a.
And it did end up working.
Mine
And it was the bottom of the consolidation.
I had a 15.
So what happened? I'll go for it.
I just had that 15 minute. I was 1 point off of that 45 minute that Eric has. Mine was at 6110. And his was better because it like tapped it exactly, where mine's it literally like misses it by a point.
Yeah. What price did after was it rose and then it dropped back down to pre-market high, then rose up to 3 hour and then rejected.
So this is
Then
where
retested.
this is where some of the context I said, like I'm going to try to start understanding these patterns. Also, something I learned from Carmine, where so it was going up, and then it kind of, I guess your screen cuts off, Eric, but mine's like it kind of started like just stalling right there where the last candle that you have, and then it was stalling and just kind of going sideways for a bit, and then it kind of went back down to pre-market high, but it didn't go underneath it. And for me, I was an idiot. I think I had an outlier right there. So I was like, kind of like the same trade as the day before, the one we just did, where I was like, oh, like there's an outlier and it's testing and it keeps going down. And I'm like, oh, let me try to get back in. Then I think it's going to go down again. And then that was dumb because it went the opposite way. But I was like, I should have seen that as like a rally-based rally, because it's like, I forgot something Carmine I saw in one of his videos where he's like, it might as well be going towards your zone before it starts kind of, obviously we shouldn't take trades until it's in our zones, but he was kind of showing how like you can take advantage of knowing it's going to go to your zone, even though your trades are mainly supposed to be from your zone.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I was trying to do, but then I was wrong on how I read it. But then like as I'm still working on understanding context, I'm like, look, it didn't go underneath pre-market high. That should have been a sign for me to realize it's not going to keep going down. It can't even go underneath pre-market.
Yep.
But I took it
and
down.
And it was price was above VWAP too. That's good confirmation.
See, and I'm not quick to like look at that right away now. That's what I'm currently working on, like looking at VX, I'm just only like studying Bookmap and ES when I'm taking trades, and that's not good.
Yeah. I know I've been trying to focus on NQ and VX more. But yeah, it is hard. You just gotta get used to it, I guess.
Look at here on my TOS. I went back to the 22nd and I looked for that 45-minute demand and I extended it, and look at how it aligned perfectly with these resistance points.
Yeah.
Right here. Right here.
That's why I tapped it perfectly.
And then when I zoom into where it was this one right here. It's not even a clean 45-minute demand base setup, but the way it tapped, and then when I extended it, I was like, all right, like it's something that may be respected, and I ended up respecting it. Even coming back down the next day over pre-market, it kind of respected it. Oh shit! Right at the open again too.
Oh yeah.
But what's
That's
it?
crazy.
Would you? But you wouldn't take a trade off of that, right? You still have to wait for the outlier.
Yeah, definitely. Um, but yeah, that is the main reason why I kept it, mostly because of this, to be honest. The way it just perfectly.
Hey, if you guys see an outlier in, like, say, a supply or a demand zone that is not your key, would you still take that trade?
If I
Like
see
it
an
was,
outlier,
like it was a perfect setup, a large 1,000 lot bubble, green bubble in a demand zone, but it's not your key. Your setup's playing out, but it's not your key.
I mean that happened that yesterday, the 21st. I didn't
I
take it.
know, I know, but that was a clear, like, not in your zone type thing. But this is in, like, another demand zone or supply zone.
I think if the outlier, wait, what's the difference between the supply zone from yesterday, the 21st, and the supply zone
That
you're
was
explaining right now?
Wait, was that in a supply zone?
For me, it was.
Yeah,
Eric
Uh,
didn't have that
oh,
charted on his chart.
I'll show
oh, I
you the
didn't have it.
chart.
I didn't have that supply zone.
Look at, oh, you can't see much.
But Eric only he had a line, but he didn't have the whole box. So I don't know what that meant to him. But
Yeah, that it wasn't like a clear supply zone for me.
okay.
You see the supply right here, 30-minute?
Oh yeah, I don't have that one.
And it was created in a pre-market. That's why I was like, I don't know. And then I knew that this 3 hour was my key zone. So when it appeared right there, I was second guessing it.
Shit, yeah, I didn't have that one. I
And
don't remember.
I didn't create a box, but it was within the box range.
And then,
I
but should I
just
have
hadn't.
even charted that? Like, I kind of have a similar that 30 minute you have the line, but it like pretend the box is right there from your 30 minute. It's clearly like trading in it, and then even past pre market high a little bit. Would that be considered a good zone, or you would be like that's not even a zone then?
That's where I'm battling with right now. That's part of why I
Yeah,
didn't take,
it's a good
because
question.
I was
I don't.
I was like, fuck, I don't know. But obviously here it worked. It rejected pre-market highs, so buyers couldn't continue up higher. The other thing that threw me off was that Monday was kind of open, like for a few hours in the morning. So then I had a yesterday's high from the actual days that we were fully open, and then a yesterday's high from the
I had
day
the
that we were
same.
like half open. So I was kind of like, I don't know.
I had that
It did
same.
throw me off a bit. I'd have to see it. I'd have to like watch what happens. If it happens again, see what the action is. Um, yeah, that I think is gonna take just more time in the market to see how those play out. I don't have the answer. Sorry, guys.
The hell, Eric.
What's
What were we
the
going on?
smart one?
We were on
Really
Wednesday.
forgot.
If you want to go back.
22nd.
Oh yeah. Why didn't my that stolen?
And I'm also noticing that I don't take all the notes as good as I do when I win. Like when I lose, I barely want to write any of the notes down. I don't even want to take a screenshot, but I need to do it because like now that I'm trying to show you guys to review, it's like you didn't even take a screenshot because your emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
started.
honestly
Good.
think journaling your losses is even way more important than journaling your wins.
I only journal my wins because I want to flex. That's stupid.
At least you're aware of that.
Yeah.
Look at this, losers.
What was that outlier at? 650. Dude, when you take like loss after loss after loss. Journaling that shit is painful.
Dang, dude, I'm on a losing streak again. I'm not. I guess I'm not gonna size up in February. Shit, man.
From when I started
I get.
trading.
Is it due to dumb trades or what
Yeah,
is
for
it?
sure. Especially the first few weeks of January. Super dumb trades. FOMO.
Yeah, that's a bad one. So the buyer's starting to build up right here. I don't see anything around the same size as 800 right now. 800, 800.
Are you gonna go live in February?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm already live. I just haven't found the setup.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, there's 1,000. 6116. Exactly where I had that screenshot at. And we are out. Oh, but oh, there it is. I only want to take A plus setups. I don't want to be trying things that I think may work. And I may miss opportunities because of it, but whatever.
That feels annoying though, man.
Yeah, I gotta get.
But what I realized though is like from not trading this past month is like now when I miss an opportunity, it doesn't really affect me as bad because I've realized like I didn't trade at all this whole month and still now I still see outliers appearing. So when I miss an opportunity, I know like next month there's going to be another outlier that appears and I could take that one when if like the setup really is there for me. So like it's like obviously yeah in the moment it's like fuck I missed that, but like when I really think about it I'm like all right there's gonna be another one, like it's cool. I just didn't make money today but I didn't lose money either.
Yeah. It just sucks, dude. Like turning off Bookmap or whatever, and you didn't make any money. You just feel like I'm not doing anything with my life. At least that's
I
how I feel.
remember Umar I think had said that that was one of like the biggest things traders have to go through is like knowing that even though you didn't trade or win, basically, even though you didn't take a trade at all, like it was still a productive session because like you took in the information, you journaled still, like that's still just as important as placing a trade.
That's true.
I'm dealing with the excitement of going live, and I think kind of what Gabe is talking about. Like, I need to take trades now because like I know, not that I know what I'm doing, but I have a better understanding than I did last year. And so now I'm like excited to get up and like, but they think the excitement is like I'm excited to trade today, where it's kind of like I should be more excited. I shouldn't even be excited about that. I got to control that emotion and be like, I'm just here to trade if I see the setup.
Yeah.
So tell us that when you're on a losing streak.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm more of like getting ahead of it because like I see that that's what I'm
Yeah.
dealing with, and I'm like, oh fuck. Because even if I guess I was green this week, but I'm still like something's not right here. Like I can't even accept that I had a couple of wins. It's more like or I'm getting lucky. I still think I'm just getting lucky, but I mean it is going based on like certain somewhat of a plan. But I guess yeah,
Yeah.
the better the thing I'm trying to work on is I forgot what quote Eric sent a while ago, but just be more satisfied with following your plan. Like, what is it? I forgot what you posted, Eric, but like, not be happy about the money, be happy about following your plans.
Yeah. By the way, look at I totally forgot this happened. Uh this the outlier disappeared here, but then this drop I wanted to take it, but I was scared. But it can't because it came down to 6118 when my outlier was at 6118. And then we ended up with this large seller here and we were holding above it. I wanted to see a pullback to it, but I don't think that one ever happened until that next pullback down. to here.
You wanted to pull back into the red outlier, the green one,
Yeah.
the red one. Oh,
I initially I wanted once this happened, I wanted to see it pull back to like right here to try it, but it didn't end up happening and it took off.
so what if
And
it passed?
then
So what if price dropped down? It would you wait for the price to pull back up into it again? It's for a reversal, short for a short trade.
it did pull. I want to pull up my chart. Hold on.
And that the selling outlier, it landed exactly at pre-market high.
Oh wait, this is the one that reject. No, this is not the one that rejected, is it?
Oh no, wait, I'm on
Is
a
this
whole
the
different
doji?
time.
Probably, yeah.
It is the doji. Fucking hell. I guess yeah, that was the setup for me. It just didn't pull back to the 61.16. Um, what was your question though, Gabriel?
Like if price just broke through that and it pulled back up into it, would you take it for a short?
That's based off context, to be honest. Like I need to see how things are
Okay.
aligning. But
Yeah,
also, see, oh, that's another thing here.
oh,
The
but
thing that
what
was
my
just for context reason why I wouldn't do what you just said is because let me share this again. Remember I said the 45-minute demand was key
yeah
because of how it aligned with the resistance previously?
yeah
We bounced off that 45-minute demand. So, yeah, the outlier didn't appear here, but now in my head I was like, okay, we're bouncing off a strong level based off of context. And then I was like, if an outlier appears and we pull back and hold the outlier, I'll be open to longing it because we're bouncing off a key demand. Whereas if it would have dropped under, I would be scared that this 45-minute demand is going to be strong support because of how it aligned contextually.
Well, you think it's just gonna break through pre-market high because it's a key?
Exactly.
Uh,
Going
okay.
from my key supply zone
Okay, that makes
from
sense.
zone to zone.
Got it.
That's that honestly took me a while to really be able to digest in real time because it's like it almost feels like you have to think of a lot of things at once. But if it's a key demand and we're bouncing off it, I'm gonna be more hesitant to play shorts, especially with demand that strong demand being so close.
Wow, right near it.
Now, if it would have broke under here and then popped, like say it broke under this strong 45-minute demand, bounced off this 3 hour, and then an outlier appeared here, I'd be open to, if it held under that outlier, I'd be open to going short because this line now is the
Still key.
strong, exactly, of resistance.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's how I try to play context to my favor.
And it has to do with the strategy because Eloy just said Carmine says like you can play the long into your key zone as
Exactly.
well as the short from your key zone. Yeah.
And that's what I meant by yesterday when I said I just gotta understand what that pattern is. I shouldn't be doing it now just because I feel like it, but it's more like when I start to understand context, like how it didn't. Uh, you don't have the
I thought
chart.
you said I thought you said you were noticing patterns with no outliers and you wanted to study them, so that's why I got confused.
I might have said it that way. It was just more of like when Eric took it. I don't think when you said, "Hey, that was the old me." Like I don't think you're saying something wrong. You did something wrong. I think you did something you saw that you put context into your trade. You didn't just take a trade saying, "I'm going to see if it makes it to one of my supply zones." And that's kind of
Right.
like that's the patterns that I'm trying to realize. Like, what is it that it causes it to go up to your zone before it even gets there? Like, what can you find in that?
Yeah. Then in that case, yeah, I would how I said it where it has to hold up. I'll just kind of reiterate what I said. It bounced off a strong demand zone, and then it created the outlier up here. So knowing that this is a strong demand zone, I now know, okay, it held this zone. It's looks like it's going for my next zone, which is the supply zone. Now, if an outlier appears going up to it, that could be an opportunity to take long based off of context. Also, looking at my, I know you guys don't use it, but look, this what helped me view it like that was looking at my SPY. It was inside a supply zone, but it had also formed a demand that same 45-minute inside the supply zone. So in my head, I was like, SPY one, and it was like consolidating inside the supply zone. So in my head, I felt like SPY wanted to not break under, but keep going up, which also aligned with what I was seeing on ES. And VX was
SPY being
showing
in.
weak.
Go ahead.
That's all I was gonna say. VX was showing weakness.
What? Hey, Eloy, do you use SPY?
No, but the way Eric just explained that, like I want to now, and also like I said, I need to work on looking at the other charts while I'm in trading or like come developing context live.
The problem with me and SPY is that it feels like it's doing the opposite, but I base my context based off my charting. So if SPY is in a supply zone, I feel like my mind's gonna go like more towards bearish, which is fucking stupid. And that just
That's
confuses
one
me.
I was battling with that too, especially when I had all my charts like Nvidia, Microsoft. That was shit was driving me nuts. But now I realized that I have to make sure that my mind knows that ES is my main thing. So like context is all built off ES, and then I let SPY or NQ or VX kind of confirm what I'm seeing on ES. But no, I don't see SPY and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be bull or bearish because we're in a supply zone. If I see how ES was down here next to my demand zone, I'm in my head trying to think, how can SPY be? What is SPY doing that can tell me it wants to be bullish also? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that is just, I've watched SPY for so long. Like SPY and ES were the ones I started with initially. So once I brought SPY back up, I was like, oh, I remember how I felt with SPY. So that also helped me. But yeah, for context, that's key for the 45. The way this happened here, the 45 minutes of the 3 hour supply.
I feel like all our context has been getting better, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like we're all able to read whatever we're talking about much better, much easier.
And that's also like reading order flow, right?
Yeah. Just reading the market as a whole, pretty much.
I think that's all I had. Yeah. That was the only opportunity.
For some reason, I don't have Thursdays screenshot. I don't know why.
I'm gonna end it.